Hi, I'm Robin Forster, and thank you for joining us. You'll probably be seeing this on the replay. I am interviewing a healer whose technique is a little bit different, not what everyone would think of as a healer, but she really is. And with spring coming on in Western Oregon, this is a perfect time to have Wendy Sugar, who is up on Sugar Mountain, and the internet is a little sketchy, so please bear with us. Oh, and just to let you know, I'll be looking down at my notes because I want to make sure we cover all the really good, juicy, important stuff. So Wendy Sugar has a company now called Happy Hikers Fitness, and she's going to tell us a little bit about how she came to move from corporate in Southern California up to Sugar Mountain in Oregon. So Wendy, if you would tell us a little bit about your background, and you had a couple really remarkable events that happened in your life that really resonated with you, that helped you to change. And since we're in this time of change, um, and as you can see, Wendy is not alone either.
Sorry. I do live
That's
on a
okay.
farm, so I have lots of people up here.
This is real life. We're just really appreciative that you were able to carve some time out of your day so you could share with everyone some different ways of looking at life, because we're kind of in that place of a different time looking at our lives in a different way. So Wendy, tell us about where you started from, corporate world, some of the big things that happened to you, your milestones, and how you ended up on Sugar Mountain.
So I always loved to start when I was 3, and my parents would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I used to always say a hippie, and they were mortified, mortified. So for years they stopped asking. And of course I followed the social norm where, we're taught to go to school, make a lot of money, get married, all those fun things. So I started a business. I was very successful in the corporate world. But around 2012, I started realizing that I wasn't really happy. And I had everything that you could possibly want, 5 cars, an RV, the whole thing. But a friend of mine asked me to support her and go to a place where she needed to lose weight. And so I went with her, and I was there for a week. And I realized during that week that there's more to life than money and things. There's nature, and there's feeling happy in here in your heart, right? Which is pretty cool. And so it was right around there in 2012 where I rekindled that thought of I wanted to be a hippie, which meant I just wanted to have fun and be healthy and have a really good time and help people out and do the same. Because I realized that I can change in nature. I lost 140 pounds and I'm really healthy now, and I feel really good, and I'm actually happy, and more happy than when I had all the money in the world. So it was really great. So that brings me to Sugar Mountain in Oregon.
Excellent. Okay, good. And just so that people know, you are freezing up a little bit so that it's nothing that you can, well, you're watching on the replay that you're going to be able to do anything about. It's just how life
Oh,
is when you live outside of town. So it's fine. We're just really glad that you're here and that this is working. So my next question to
oh,
you is, how did you get drawn into the line of work? I mean, Happy Hikers Fitness and the healing piece. Tell us a little bit about Happy Hikers Fitness and what it is that you do.
so Happy Hikers Fitness was started with my love of the outdoors and really loving to go hiking and backpacking and just spend time in nature, no matter what it was. And so I started by taking just a few friends out, and we'd go hiking during the day, or we'd go camping overnight or whatever. And I realized that people's moods would change by being outdoors, and they would become happier. And so I decided to make that a real business and take people outside and get them, hiking, backpacking, camping. But there's another avenue to it. And I am a certified life coach, and I'm a nature connection coach. And so when we go out, you know that nature is the only thing on the planet that doesn't judge, right? So people can really be themselves and talk freely without having the phone or the computer or other people judging them, and really talk about what they want in their life. Because reality is a lot of people are not following what they want, they're following what the social norm is. And so we talk about what people want, and I help them, and we figure it out, and it all happens within the trees and the grass, and it's pretty cool.
Neat. So you're bringing kind of the best of both worlds together, the healing our hearts, being in touch with Mother Earth, who I'm kind of thinking is a little crabby at this point. We've not been treating her very well. And and it
Right.
sounds like from what I've heard you say before that you are very, very supportive in helping to guide people through the processes that they need to go through. Would that be an accurate way to
Yeah.
say it?
Yes, because I believe that there's no cookie cutter approach to anybody. And I believe that children should not all be taught the same exact way because there's no cookie cutter approach. And I think the same with adults. When I work with people, I work with them wherever they are. So let's say I work with some people that can hike 10 miles in a day, and I work with some people that can hike a half a mile a day, or I work with some people where we just sit and put our feet in the grass. Um, the point is I'm here to help you and whoever I'm working with at their level so that we can rise it to get to where they want to be, not where Jane Doe or Joe Schmo is.
Okay. Okay, and what are some tips or techniques that you would suggest, the gift that you can give back right now, since we're in a time of change and things are a little weird, energy's a little strange right now. What are some
You think?
tips? Yeah, exactly. But what is the gift that you can pass on to people so those watching this on the replay can go, oh, I can go do that right now, or oh, I have a friend who would really, really love to hear about this tip or this technique.
So I know that there's a lot of places closed right now, which makes things a little crazy. But what I have been telling people is go outside, breathe in fresh air, let the sun touch your skin. And if you can, find a piece of grass, take your shoes off and put your feet in the grass or in the dirt or in the sand. And just sit there and allow yourself to just be in the now and enjoy what you're doing. Breathing in that fresh air, hugging a tree, feeling the grass, it's all going to help to actually raise your mood and to help you remember what you're doing and where you are. And I think that that's really key because we're all kind of stuck in the house right now and everybody's watching too much news and too much bad stuff. So I'm telling you to turn all that off and just go outside and enjoy yourself.
Nice. Okay. And so let's say that somebody does that and they take off their shoes and they stand in their grass and they just kind of relax and unload a little bit, just, let those things kind of fall away. And then they start feeling better. What is another tip or suggestion that you would give them?
I'm telling all my clients and all my friends and everybody who will listen to me to actually write down what they're grateful for, but to write down what they're grateful for themselves. What part of yourself are you grateful for? Because there's a lot of things we could come up with. We're grateful for food. We're grateful for houses, and that's valid. Don't get me wrong. But I really want people to focus. This is a good time. Mother Earth is telling us to slow down, take a chill pill, and remember what we're doing, right? And let's get this shit right. Excuse my language. So I'm telling people to write some gratitude about themselves. What is it they're really proud of themselves and what do they really like about themselves? To remind them, and maybe post it on your mirror in your bathroom so that you can read it, or post it on the refrigerator, or post it in your car. It doesn't matter, but remind yourself how cool you are. We're all pretty damn cool. And let's remember that, and let's take the time to enjoy that, and then to rise that up and to take it to the next level, which is, it would be pretty amazing.
I'm thinking that would be a great phone screensaver. So
Yes.
that every time you look at your phone, you're seeing what it is that we wrote as our gratitude, that we're proud of ourselves. Um, that's a unique twist on gratitude, and I think that's really awesome because that's not. I usually do my gratitudes every morning. I have an app that reminds me, and that's not something that has ever really come up. So that's
Yeah,
very
well, this is the time. This is the time to remember that this is about us, and let's take the time to remember what's good for us. Let's do some self-care, and if that self-care is a quick gratitude about what we like about ourselves, it's great. And the phone is a really good thing. I know I write poetry, and I have on my phone a little excerpt of something I wrote that reminds me about how I feel and where I want to be. And so it's a nice reminder. It's a good place to put it.
Well, I appreciate that segue into how do we want to feel. We have just a couple more minutes here. And do you want to talk a little bit about how we can figure out how we want to feel or set ourselves up to feel the way that we want to feel?
I do. First of all, I want to remind everybody, don't judge. So where somebody else is not where you need to be or where you should be at this point. Everybody's where they're supposed to be right now. And so I think that over this time, we should be taking time to learn where it is we want to go. Like, where do we want to go? Let's not listen to what society tells us, because society will tell us we should have a lot of money in the bank and we should retire and then travel and et cetera, et cetera. But if you want to travel now, great. Let's figure out what you want to do and what's your dream life and where is your happiness? Where do you want to be? And it's a good thing, because then you don't judge yourself, and you don't judge yourself based on where Jane Doe or Joe Schmo is. Let's be real with each other, and let's, make it fun. And take time. And I'm telling everybody, take time for self-care. Go on a hike, take a bath, have a really good meal, whatever it is that you do for self-care, but take the time to do that, especially right now, because things are crazy and people are forgetting to do that.
You're absolutely right. Self-care is something that just kind of seems to fall away because there's so much other stuff. And so I'm just wondering if we shouldn't also suggest for people to make a list of maybe 10 things that they consider self-care for themselves and put it someplace like you were suggesting, on the mirror on your phone, so that when you forget, you can go, oh, wait, I already have this list. I don't have to rethink it. I think I'll go stand outside
Right.
and eat grass, because that works right now,
Right.
and I need that grounding.
I agree. And again, getting outside and breathing the fresh air, especially right now. And in Oregon, the sun is out. It's amazing. So feeling the sun on your skin, I tell you, it's making me very happy.
It is pretty amazing.
But do that every day and make that list of what you want to do for self-care and check it off. And if you need help to figure those things out, there's people out there. If it isn't me, there's somebody out there that'll help you get there. Uh-oh, we frozen? Okay.
On and off, we've been freezing on and off. So those of you who turned in late, it's just rural Oregon where Wendy is on Sugar Mountain. The reception is not exactly the most fabulous, but it's good enough so that you could share, and we appreciate your time. And Wendy, thank you very, very much for this. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for interviewing me. And anybody who wants to find out more about me can go to happyhikersfitness.com.